Well, good evening, everybody. This is Electrical Essence, and co-hosting with me tonight is the Fiery Luna. And tonight's topic of discussion is the Zodiac. We are the Zodiac. You are all of the 12 signs, and I am all 12 signs. I am you, you are me. I am Luna, Luna is I. So that makes it a lot easier to be able to talk a lot of shit, because we're about ready to talk some fucking shit. But before we get to that, we were just now talking about talking shit. You know, how she was just talking about, Luna was talking about how not regretting about shit that comes out of your mouth because you can never take it back. And when it comes to regrets, I always say I want to do things, like if it draws my interest, try it, but try it twice, see if you like it. Because I don't want to be laying in my deathbed or dying and being like, God, I should have fucking just did it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me, all I'm going to say is lollipop and lollipop. And to this day, I'm still like, I should have just did it. You know, those are regrets, you know. So this life is all about the experience. We're here to experience, we're here to grow through those experiences, we're here to grow through the blockages from other experiences that we didn't have. So that's why we have reincarnated to this point in time, because there's things in this lifetime that we were either too prudish, too shy, or too angry, or too aggressive, or too unloving, or too loving that we just needed to recorrect it. So it's all about the experience, and it's also, too, being able to recognize the experience. And one thing that I've learned about recognizing experiences is dealing with all 12 of the zodiac signs. And the reason why, some of them I clash with, some of them I resonate with, some of them I just want to beat the fucking shit, Pisces. I want to beat the shit out of. And then others I just want to fucking just you know that movie Misery? Let me catch a fucking centaur. I'm gonna put them in the bed and lift them up and fluff their pillows, and then I'm gonna hobble their fucking asses because they don't need to go anywhere. They need to stay in the fucking house and just fucking write a book. Just write about it. Don't need to talk about it. Just write about the shit. About all the fake shit that goes through your fucking head. All the weird memories, because you know the Temperance card reverse is drawing within and thinking too much in your mind and having all these false negative thoughts. That's the Temperance card in reverse. And that's what Sagittarius do. I know this. My mother's a Sagittarius and she gets stuck in her head all the time. Back when she used to drink, oh my God. She would, all the shit that would come out of her mouth, and I'm just like, okay, you angry, evil fucking bitch. Get out of your head. So that's also too correlated to, you can't be within too much, especially if you're a very dark person or a dark-sided person. You go in too much, you start pulling that out, you know. So just like little fakies out there, they're all that positive. They have a lot of positive energy in them, and they do a lot of inward stuff, and then they start pulling out that positive, and a lot of times it comes off as fake, you know. So when you're soul searching and you're going through your life and progressing during this time period, you know, sometimes you do got to reach out. Sometimes you do need to have a fucking reality check. That's what the fuck it says, a reality check. So we're going to do a reality check. Oh my God, I can't talk. We're drinking again. What is this? Oh my God, Black Opal. Oh God.
Right? And no, it's a Cabernet Merlot.
Wait,
that's why it's so dry.
Remember I talked about you being an opal?
Yeah.
Speaking of opals, where is my opal stone from the goddess Kama? Black. Oh, see, our dark side energies are coming. See, our little demons are out playing with each other. So anyway, so we're drinking on some wine, and I gotta go get that other bottle. So there's gonna be a lot of slur. Oh, and Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde, and Mercury, he's in my 8th house, and I think that's the reason why that little fucker fucks me up like about a week before retrograde, because then I start saying the wrong words with this words, and even writing. Like, if somebody's talking to me while I'm messaging, I'll start messaging with yeah. So I get pissed whenever she's talking to me, whenever I'm trying to, like, especially when I'm talking about some really, like, when it's like some deep, cool shit. It's like, don't fucking talk. Telepathically communicate it to me. That's what the Age of Aquarius is all about. Just upload it to the fucking iCloud. I'll get it.
I'll get it. I'll see you. And we're not trying to be judgmental either. It's just that most of the bad experiences that we reach are with certain zodiac signs. And we're not picking out, you know, certain people. It's just that there are certain energies out there that are, you know, playing puppet master with a lot of you people out there, and this is just what we're getting, you know. Some of us fall, some of us don't. We can't all
and none of us have been the puppet master, and a lot of us has. Let me tell you, I'm always checking for strings. Like right now, I'm checking for some fucking strings right now, because I know that bitch has got some on me, you know, somewhere. Which is really thin. I don't know how she's lifting my fucking big ass up with those little tiny thin strings. But anyways, and also too, a lot of those signs, a lot of those dualistic signs. Now, what my mother always told me when I was first reading tarot, when I was like, well, not a kid, I was, you know, 1920. She said anything that is a mirror image, anything that's double-sided is going to have two sides. Gemini, Cancer, Aquarius, What's the other one? Libra. Oh God,
Libra,
definitely fucking Libra. You know.
Libra, we love you, but goddamn.
Yeah, and you know what? And we know you, Libra. We know how you guys are, but it's okay though. You guys are the divas, and you guys are the ones that like to. You guys are such good manipulators that you make us other air signs look like shit. Like, no, you know, now I totally get why this, you know.
Why they get what they want.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
Yes, because that diva.
You want to find a cult, find a Libra.
Yeah, that mask hall. Yeah, that seventh house. The other people, see, and they were supposed to be the ones ruling the world, but somehow during whatever occult rituals they were doing, you know, because they all did it back in the day. Yeah. Jefferson, Benjamin, all of them, even before that, even before they came over from fucking England, dabbling in the dark arts. That's why they took it out of the Bible, because they didn't want nobody else dabbling in the dark arts or knowing astrology. Fucked up, and so now we got Capricorn ruling the world, and we're stuck in the 6th house of Virgo, and that's why Virgos are the way they are, because they're like
portrayed as the saint, man.
But you know, and then they've got that whole energy of the 6th house that Capricorn threw onto them, because you know Capricorn's up there in the high rise, you know, up in the 11th house, and then you've got Virgo down there dealing with all the bullshit of the 6th house of slavery. They're the slave masters, and that's why they're fucking assholes, because slave masters are assholes. And yet they can't get that pay raise, but they can't get that desk in their own fucking room. But no, because they have to have their little chair with their little, they don't even get a desk, they get a little tablet they write on. With the rest of us fucking assholes sitting here slaving away in the 6th house. That's why Virgo is that is one of the many reasons what's wrong with Virgo and their fucking purity of fucking thoughts. Oh my God. That purity of thought. So it's like, where the fuck did you pull that from? I know you didn't pull that shit out of your ass, because that shit's dirtier than your fucking own butthole. Yeah. God, I have a Virgo brother and a Virgo sister, and then my dumbass goes and gets Virgo tattooed on my leg, and now I have the energy of Virgo flowing through me with three planets in Virgo. I mean, I'm haunted by Virgo. I'm haunted by the whole Zodiac, anyways. Yeah. Because I have them tattooed all over my body.
All the numbers, all of them, all the energy.
And just the whole correlation, you know, we're looking at symmetry charts, and it's just like Pluto. You know, you need to tell Pluto to stay in his lane. You know, you need to tell your husband, your hermaphrodite husband that's really a chick dressed up as a dude, stop it, because he really fucks with me. He's the reason why I didn't go up to Norfolk to take something. Okay, you know what? In my progressed chart, I've got my Scorpio moon in the 4th house. We've got Mars in Leo, which is hot-headedness, which I've been being, you know, Leo rising, and then you have to deal with my daughter's hot-headed, and oh my God, who have you been fucking lighting on fire? That Leo moon. You know, so I'm thinking, okay, so we got that, you know, Mars, it's all fiery. We got Mercury being a little bitch in Virgo, and then I got my poor little Scorpio moon, you know. I was like, nope, I'm not driving anywhere, because I'll probably have fucking head damage. And on fire, like, we'll wreck, and then, like, I'll literally, like, self-combust from the top of my head from the wreckage.
Probably.
So that's why I didn't go up today. Because I was thinking about the transits. I was like, you know what? I better not.
Just better stay home.
So who is the one sign that you love the most out of all the 12?
That I get along with the most, or that I love the most?
That you love the most. Yeah, secretly. So I'm going to call you. Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah, I love my Capricorns. I really do. I don't know why. They're just so, to me, they just look like a lot of the Capricorns that I've met have always been hard-headed, stubborn, hardworking, good individuals. They've all had this. They
are the devil, but yeah, devil's hardworking too.
They all have this air, this like enigma that I just can't help. But like they remind me of Scorpios without all the hormones, because
without the feelings and the emotions.
Exactly,
because they handed it all over to Scorpio. Exactly. They threw it in the 8th house ditch.
I can't
just dumped it down to that fucking pit.
Exactly, I can't. Like anytime I see a Scorpio, it's like panty drop effect. You know, I'm like, oh my God, like someone stop me because I'm gonna fall in love. It's not like that with Capricorns. Yes.
See, I just want to know what they know. I just want to dig. That's that.
They're sexy to me because I don't know what's going on there. You know, I want to like pry them open and dig into their brains. Scorpios, not Capricorns. With Capricorns, it's like I know I can't dig because I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to like come to me with this because we're both stubborn, but you don't like the pizzazz. Like Capricorns aren't dramatic; they're just intense.
Yeah, they're that. Yeah, like Marilyn, because Marilyn Manson is a Capricorn, and it's like it's they don't even have to be all flared up and just because it's already in their essence.
Exactly.
That's hell. That's hell. That's the devil.
And I'm just over here. I'm just a slave to it. Because fuck, Scorpios. they just
need more
I
wine.
can't even be myself around them. I become this like sad little puppy dog, like little bitch.
And I just want to curl up inside of him and be like, I'm home. Because, because my son's not, but like, and I don't know, I like that intense energy. And that's why I like fire signs. I've never really started liking water signs until just recently over the few years, but except for Cancer. I've always liked Cancer because Cancer bitches, they're some badass bitches. There's like that shell. Every Cancer I know, even the sensitive ones, they're some kind of bitches. You don't want to fuck with them because, Cancer's women are a lot stronger than what people give them credit for unless you let some weird shit in your fucking chart. But all the ones that I've always like connected with act like fucking fire signs.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The sun is strong with this one, yeah.
The sun. So, and then fire sign Aries. And I can't even say fire because it's like it's not even. What's that flame that's like it's like an icy fire like.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of, I can't think of what it is.
It's called fusion, I think. Yeah,
that would be you. So it's not even fire. It's like a whole different molecule of fucking energy into a whole different realm. That is your fire. That is your Aries fire with that Capricorn devil.
I know. I can't get enough of them. They're just, I just
he needs you to warm them up.
With it. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's what I can do.
Oh, Fire Luna just got into a new relationship, which is like probably why the world's coming to an end and Marabu and all that is coming after us and shit. Because it's like, well, it's that time.
It's time to ruin our life.
Yeah, Pluto, she escaped the underworld, so we gotta go get this bitch and we gotta go ablaze and grab the other planets that are missing out of the solar system.
It didn't fall for any of the Scorpios that flew my way. It did not. I made it out alive. And I'm waiting for my Capricorn prize, and who knows? Who knows?
I've always, I can click. Actually, I now know why I can click with a Capricorn, but I can never get close. And like, I don't really care for Capricorn women unless they are mature, because I've been around a lot of immature, manipulative, just gritty, dirty, backstabby, slimy fucking Capricorn women. Yeah. But they were younger. Now, older Capricorn women, when they're like 30s, not even 30s, like 40s, 50s, 60s, they're some cool ass bitches. Like my friend Trisha's mom.
Chill.
Yeah,
they went through shit.
Yeah, and they're ready to come out the box and be all fucking crazy and have fun. Like, they're in their 20s, they're cool. But I used to talk with, I have a lot of guy friends, and a lot of the Capricorn ones, we're cool, but we never could, like, bond close. And now finding out that I'm a Capricorn in Vedic astrology, Capricorn sun, explains it.
Yeah, Capricorn people, they like their alone time.
Yeah.
They do. They don't.
That's that Saturn in them.
They don't give away information freely. I've known this dude for almost 3 years now, and this is the closest I've ever been to him. Like, it's really hard to get anything important out of them, because to them it's all whatever, man. It's all fine. They don't bother to really share that part of themselves with, because they live in the moment a lot of the time.
And see, and that's why I don't dwell on my past. And if I do think about my past, I don't think about the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
I look at it from the rational, intellectual side of it.
Yeah.
Instead of girls, I was raped when I was 5. And how old are you now? Yeah. And it's been how many fucking years ago? Can you still feel it? Are you that empathic that you're still feeling the rape? Get over. I'm sorry, that's really insensitive.
See, she doesn't mean that.
Oh, I don't really mean. I'm sorry. And it's not that whole scenario. It's just a whole pity partying over shit that happened so long ago. So it's not even so much about rape.
Yeah.
It could be anything that happened in your childhood that you can't get over. Which, yeah. I deal with somebody who cannot get over shit in their childhood, and I actually had to check them on it today. So just because it happened to you doesn't mean it has to happen to everybody else. Just because you didn't have a happy childhood doesn't mean everybody else in the world or their children should not have a happy childhood. Fucking get over it.
Yeah.
You just gotta call people out on their shit, and it's just the same thing. Even rape victims, I'm sorry, but just rape victims, child molestation, beatings, suicide. I mean, all that dark shit that you've had to deal with as a child, because we've all done it, we've all dealt with it. But, you don't go up to somebody and be like, hi, my name is Tiffany, I was raped when I was 5. No! Some people do that shit.
Yeah, they do. They just want to get rid of all that energy.
Yeah, they just want to just purge it out. But they're not purging, they're not putting much motion into it, purging it out, as they are keeping it in.
Yeah. They just want to keep reliving that moment, because it's the moment they got stuck on.
Yeah, it's like that, they're happy in that victim stance. It's like, that's their foot into the door of the pity party, and I'm sorry. Fucking Girl Scouts come to my house, I don't want none of those fucking cookies. Don't even, get off my fucking porch. Let me have a bite, though. Of the cookies. The Thin Mints.
The Thin Mints.
So, okay, so, The devil. That dream you had. I had the dream too. That's, see, the correlation of everything, you know, like the suppressed memories, suppressed dreams. You know, there's always, come to the networking queen. I will figure it out for you. So second, after Capricorn, who that you love and bond with and, like, just have, like, that respect
that I
and
bond
honor.
with Taurus.
Yes.
I love Taurus.
Yes.
Nicole is one of my closest friends. And
my first best friend was Nicole Taurus.
Oh, that's crazy. They're just the
and
chillest.
Looks a little bit like you.
They're just so chill. They're relaxed people.
They can be evil bitches if they want to be.
They can, and that's why I love them. Because, you know, we keep each other in check. You know, we have a mutual respect for each other. You know, we love each other a lot, and we both value family. We're both stubborn people. You have to be a stubborn person if you're my friend, because I will accidentally step on you. Okay, and you can't be mad.
She's a Taurus rising in Vedic, so that's totally yeah. And you know what I've loved and what I've had to learn, because, you know, like, when you get in relationships with anybody, that whole mirroring, you know, like, again, that's why we're talking shit, because there's a reason why we have issues with the signs that we have issues with, because it's mirroring back something back at us that we need to reflect on ourselves. And I've been doing a lot of reflecting, especially with the gaslighting and the fucking the manipulation and the yeah, I'm guilty of, you know, trying to get somebody to see something, you know, but then you have to look at it too and be like, okay, I get it. I'm eating it, but I want them to eat it too. Here, come share the fucking spoon with me.
Come taste it.
You know,
we made this cake together, bitch.
Yeah, no kidding. So, what I like about Taurus, what they've taught me, is to slow it down.
Yes,
sometimes
chill.
You know, and I'm a fixed sign anyway, so I get stuck in my stubbornness, and it takes me a while to really, because I can be very indecisive. So I've learned, like, some things you just gotta slow down. You gotta sleep on it. You gotta think on it. Like that whole confrontation thing that I'm dealing with right now, and I finally got the sign tonight that just sleep, just wait. Like my dad always used to tell me, just sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. You know, and that you just gotta slow it down, and you've got to process it. Yeah. And you've got to be rational. That's why that moon in Taurus is very rational and grounded. It's not all fucking chaotic and psycho.
Can't let it get to you.
You know, and you can't make a Taurus do anything they don't want to do. That's why it takes a long time to get out of relationships. You can't you can't get them to do anything. I mean, seriously. And if they want to do it, even if they want to do it, they have to take their time. And they want to go down they want to go down that beaten path of their way of doing it, you know.
Make sure everything's perfect the way they need it, because they will not adapt. They will change the environment to fit to their needs. They will not change themselves to fit to others' needs, which is beautiful. I love that.
And, you know, and there's nothing more, you have to respect that. You have to respect somebody that you cannot push over or push around. I mean, it's
exactly.
Like
Capricorn can't push you around.
Just kind of like this analogy, like, and it's a true, it's not even an analogy, it's actually really true. There's a girl I worked with, which is so crazy. Come back to that. She died in a car wreck hitting a cow in the interstate. Yeah, I mean, literally, like, usually, you know, when you hit a deer, hit something, you know, because I hit a deer going like 75, 80, you know, it was a little teenager deer, so it was like a little smaller deer, it wasn't like a full-grown one, it was like not like a buck 10 or anything like that, but hitting, I mean, that fucking cow, shit, it probably fucking shook it off and fucking slowly walked across the fucking rest of the interstate.
Probably.
You know, they're strong, that strength, you know.
Yeah, that earth. God,
that's why on my
grounding
newsletter,
capabilities, they're grounding.
You see my newsletter where I had that was dedicated to my best friend Johanna. It was that it was strength. That's what's on there. They are, and you know, and if you get on their good side and you bond with that good side, you know, there is no bad side. Oh, there is. It's not there. It's like it just like disappears.
It just disappears, yeah, because they're very amiable creatures.
You know, and they know when they are being like negative, like people are purposely or even accidentally dumping negative stuff on them.
Oh yeah.
And it says like you just slow through the shit. You know, Taurus would be my number one, number fucking one. And I'm not even supposed to be compatible with them, but I've got the chart placement, and plus with my sun being in the 8th house, I'm looking right into the fucking 2nd house ruled by Taurus. So that's my shit.
Yeah.
You know, so and that probably explains why I don't get along with Aquariuses, why I can't fucking stand a lot of Aquariuses, and I'm an Aquarius. Yeah. You know, if I live with people, you guys are fucking just so disappointed, but I'm looking at it from like a Scorpio perspective, so I totally get why Scorpios are, and the, you know, Magic, sorry, I've been trying to get his name right, the Peace Dealer, since he's not Magic Mike anymore. He talks about the Scorpio embargo, and like me and the Goddess Kama was talking about, you know, some things, and then it hit me, and I'm like, oh, now I know. Because they have the embargo for a reason, and a lot of times some people there's just some things that you have to earn. And if you don't earn it, you don't need it, you can't have it. And that's part of the embargo.
Yeah.
You know, so uploading into that cloud, you got to be very conscious about certain things. And you also got to, when you're uploading into that cloud, you also got to understand too, the whole manifestation thing. Was it last week? It was, when was that one?
It had to have been last week.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy, you know, like, I always do I have to use little check-ins, you know, to make sure that I'm not going crazy. Because I do spend a lot of time alone. I do try to, like, not stay in so much. I think that's why I'm always like, hurry up, get over here. I'm going crazy, you know, but not really going crazy. But, you know, when you start noticing things and connecting things and realizing that that we do create and that we do manifest, and sometimes that manifestation takes a very long time, just like if you're manifesting healing and love and all of that, or manifesting your children, because like I know I manifested Lexana. Sometimes it takes a while, because it's time, because we think that everything goes by so fast, but sometimes things go really slow, just depending on what's going on. So you gotta be very conscious too about what you upload on that cloud. And so like I've been trying to like really be mindful about what I say, but sometimes it's not so much, it's what you think, because we're going to the age of Aquarius, and that's total Borg. Yeah. That's Borg territory, which I love. I mean, it's scary and it's evil, but it's still, because having somebody being able to know and to see and to understand, like, into somebody and that person, there's a fear in that. There's a fear, and there's something demonic about that, because that's like something entering into your body that's not part of your body, and like demonic possessions, it's like you talk about us being organic and the plastic thing, which is really cool. It's anything that's foreign to us, we're going to automatically think it's the devil. That's what's going on with these race wars. That's what's going on over there in the Middle East, because anything that's foreign, you automatically think it's the devil. You don't
understand it.
So like with the whole age of Aquarius and the like the telepathic communications and we do telepathically talk to each other through the computers. That's linking between the third and the 11th house. Communication and talking, and there's like that higher level of communication, and there's like that lower level communication, but that lower level communication is just as smart as that higher level communication. That's why I always talk shit about Sagittarius is pulling all their fucking intellect from fucking Gemini. Poor Gemini's getting all the fucking wisdom and shit just sucked out of them from fucking Sagittarius. So sometimes those signs that you think are evil are actually not, and then vice versa. Like that's why I love Geminis. Like Geminis would be like, I got a tattooed on my body. So that's my Aquemini. That's my air to my air. That gives me the extra air. That keeps me breathing. And your Gemini rising. Like I love Gemini Sun and Gemini rising. I love it. So, all right. So we have Capricorn and Taurus, and I have Taurus and Gemini for my first year. And now the one sign, we won't go quite into the one that we hate the most. The one sign that you want to love them and you want to like them, but they just fuck it up all the time. You tell them to sign on the dotted line, and they just and they you sign on the dotted line, and they just like wander off.
Cancer for me, Cancer. Cancers, I can't. They're just too. I always feel like I'm telling them one thing and they're hearing another, because they don't know how to make that separation between emotion and mind. They just don't know how to have a business relationship. They're all for fun and games. They're all for being your friend, and everything's great and sunshine and rainbows.
But once they get to their emotions,
oh my god,
they tap into your emotions, and the neighbors' emotions, the people on the streets' fucking emotions, the dogs' emotions, the fucking cups' emotions.
They flip out. They're transmitters. They give off all that emotion.
They do, and Cancer, yes, and that's another thing too. Like if they don't have a lot of like strong placements, strong planets, or in their chart. It's like overwhelming. God,
yes,
so I get it. So I get it when people have issues with, they talk about them being over emotional. A lot of times it just depends on, like I've dealt with. Try dealing with the Cancer with the Scorpio moon.
Oh God,
that's a Cancer rising.
I would die.
What's a Cancer rising? All of that water energy is just like you're just drowning in it. You're trying to get some fucking air.
God, I went to California once and I was not prepared for that shore, and that's what it feels like to be a friend to the Cancer, because you think you know what you expect going into it, but then you just get slammed with all this other extra stuff, and you're just trying to keep up, and you just can't because they're running at 1,000 miles a minute, and you're just like,
see, and I do that, but not with my emotions. I do that with my information and with my communication. See, because I filter it through, because I'm a Gemini rising. I'm a Gemini rising, Gemini moon in Vedic, so all that emotion and all that is being filtered through my communication. So that's how I know that people are like, oh God, don't answer the phone, it's Melanie. You know, it's like, oh my God, you know, because not only am I going to fucking get you deep into that 8th house, like the Scorpio energy, you know, I'm going to wash over you with that you know, bring you into my shell, you know.
Yes.
And then just talk your fucking head off.
Yes.
You know, and it just depends, because sometimes it can be really quiet. It depends on my mood. But that...
Exactly. I can never predict a Cancer's mood. I can never predict what I'm walking into, so it's always a cautionary sign. And I do have, you know, good Cancer friends, but they're very
Coming
specific.
from somebody who's a Cancer rising here. Talk shit. Talk shit.
Yeah. I can be a lot.
But you know, but you actually handle it pretty well, though. You're more you're so Taurian energy more than anything than your Cancer rising on the West.
I think it helps that
it filters it through.
Yeah,
like my emotions.
I think it helps that I'm a fire sign, because honestly, like, fire trumps Earth every time. I think it keeps me locked down.
You know, but then when it comes up against air, that's why when I said like Aries and Aquarius is that power team, because we are that fucking power team. But it's like I can ignite your fire, or I could put it out, or you could totally suffocate.
Yeah.
You know, so
we're both going out, bitch.
Yeah, I know, it's like that rock against rock. It's like you keep like pulling the same thing, but every now and then, you know, you get, you know, one gets a scissor, one gets a paper.
Yeah.
But that's like that whole being able to handle somebody that's strong, because like sometimes I have to check myself, like, okay, I cannot assert my dominance. I have to check myself on all areas, like my sun sign, my moon sign, all of that whole zodiac, my progress. You know, I'm so aware because I'm doing astrology fucking all the time. So I'm so aware, and I try to stay aware of not only just myself and my energies, but also my chart stuff, because why I do certain things. And so when I say we are all the zodiac, I mean, we flow through those houses all the time. That house, that wheel is constantly turning. Those planets are constantly moving. The Earth and the galaxy, the universe, it's all moving. We're all flowing through all that energy. That's why I like doing the Sabian symbols, like for the degrees.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times it just matches on what's going on that day. You know, so like whenever people, like when the whole 13th sign came on, people are freaking out because their sign moved and they're this different sign and all that.
What people need to understand is that does not change who you are fundamentally, because we were all born at a certain time, at a certain space where that sign did not exist. It's people born as of now. Well, how hard is that to understand? Were you born after this date when they added the sign? No, then it does not affect you. Stop.
Or like whenever I do people's Vedic charts and then I tell them their sun sign, like, oh, you're not a Cancer, you're Gemini. I don't want to be a Gemini. Well, you know what? You're a fucking Gemini, bitch.
Sorry.
You know, and I've seen that other fucking face. I've seen the you know.
Of course, you're a Gemini.
I know. I've seen the dual side of you.
I know. You can't hide from the stars, okay?
Yeah. So like, people start getting freaked out because like in Vedic, you know, they don't go off your sun sign anyways. They go all off your moon and your rising. So people like freak out whenever their sign changes. It's like, no, it's the essence of it. Exactly. It's the energy of it.
Everything you got to take with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah, that's why when I look into charts and astrology, like the nakshatras, I love learning about the nakshatras. Oh my God, some of them are just like, whew, I really need to write a book. I really need to like do something, because like I've been doing like figuring out the degrees, because like I'm a 9 degrees Aquarius, but then I'm 15 degrees Capricorn, so like the degrees gap between there.
Oh, yeah.
But you also got to think too, some people go equal houses, some people like the cusp, you know, and it's working with the 360 degrees, but that gets chopped up into all kinds of weird fucking fractional it's so like trying to correlate all that together and look at charts, like it takes some time, but it's making sense now, because like people are really flowing off their nakshatra more than they're the lunar mansions, and the sun signs are the sun mansions. You know, and they say that your soul is really your moon. You know, it's your mind, your consciousness, you know, and all that. And like with Cancers, just so you know, when it comes to their emotions, they can control it. Well, they can't. But a lot of times, whenever they go into that whole mode, it's a pre-thought, and it's a conscious pre-thought, because I do it all the time.
I think that's why it's annoying. It's like you had the option. Like
when they're going to that whole like that whirlwind, you know, or whenever they want to be that extra bitch. Because I know when I'm being an extra bitch, I think about beforehand. I'm like, it's total fucking premeditated every time. Now when it's premeditated,
careful your
Aquarius
is showing.
You know, but I do. But then again, you know, when you premeditate something, you don't mean to take it so far, and then it goes like you actually do end up killing them, because a lot of those premeditated murders, they didn't really mean to kill them. They just meant to kind of scare them. That's what I do. It's all premeditated, and I'm like, you know, sitting here with a bloody fucking knife, like, okay, went a little bit too far on that. You know, but I do, like, they are very in control of their emotions if they want to be, but then they get lost in it.
Yeah, they do. It's not something I like to deal with. I like to walk away from those situations.
Oh, yeah. And then me, I want to play and manipulate with it a little bit instead of into popcorn. That's my progressed Pisces.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. So that's one that you want to bond with. Now, what about a sign that they annoy you and they just want to be with you, bond with you, and be friends with you, and you're like, it's like that little annoying kid down the street. It's like Dennis the Menace, and you're trying to get that little fucker off your porch. You know, you just want to just get him away, but they just keep coming back into your life like a boomerang, and you just can't fucking get rid of it. It's like garbage that you keep fucking recycling and eating over again, and then you're not realizing until you're like biting it. It's like, oh shit, you gotta throw it in the garbage again.
Libra. I'm so sorry, Libra. I have a lot of really good Libra friends. I really do. It's just some of you are just like that, where you just...
And you can't even describe Libra. Like, you have to experience that whole dark energy of Libra.
Because you think it's all good. Like, you really do. Really, you think it's all, roses and puppies. Everything's
so good
great.
At what they do.
They are. And you're so comfortable. And then out of nowhere, just this shit just flies right off the handle. And you don't even know where to start. Where do you even start to please them if they're a blubbering mess or crying all over the place? I swear, they were cursed with the scales for a reason.
Yes. Now, Libras, they're able to balance other people out, but they can't balance themselves out.
Yeah.
And try dealing with a Libra with a Scorpio moon and a Pisces rising.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
No, Aquarius rising. It was Aquarius rising with a Scorpio moon. Oh, my goodness.
I could not fucking do that.
And there's like over years, there's some signs that I never got to really bond with, and and then over the years, like it switches. Like for a long time, there was running with like a lot of Geminis and Taurus, and then it changed, and it was like Leos, and like you're kind of changed. So I've been able to kind of experience them all. So a lot of my what I know about the signs is not only through just like channeling and researching, but it's also my experience, and also too learning that. The whole mirroring, okay, so what the fuck am I doing to, I have to check myself.
Right.
But Libra was one of those signs I really didn't start to bond with until I moved to, I lived in Nebraska, and I was around a lot of Libras, just a lot of Libras, and then it was all cool, but then
a
lot of time
depends. Self-pity.
But it just depends on what that moon sign is too, because I've been around a Libra with there's a Libra with she's a Libra Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Now that Elena, I love you. You're the best. Yeah, that's strength. That's heart. Nobody is so. Just deep and strong within who they are and aware of it than that. And I love that. But Libras there's still some little things I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah, me too.
Because some of that shit's not in the books. It's not. It's not in the books. It's not online.
I know. It's so you just get blindsided. Because you don't know where it's coming from. It's like everything was great.
Yeah, there probably was a Libra embargo there for a while when nobody could fucking say shit about Libra. Yeah,
there had to have been, because I always liked Libras, and then I got to really know them, and a lot of them just they just wallow in self-pity.
It's like a mixture of a Pisces and a Gemini together with a little bit of Aquarius and a little touch of Scorpio.
They're just a little too deep into themselves, and I don't like that. I don't like people who are very into themselves. I'm all for feeling yourself, don't get me wrong. It's when they become enamored with what they think life should be like, and then they start to make people suffer because it's not the way it should be.
Well, that's why they are the true master manipulator.
Really
they always want to say Aquarius, but no, Libra's got his beat because they will start a manipulation scheme before the manipulation scheme.
Exactly.
But a lot of times a lot of times they do it for good reasons. If it's for the whole, that's that 7th house for the parts, for everything else. If it's not for them, if they're not selfish within themselves, but it just depends on that energy flow. But I said, I haven't dealt with a lot of Libras until just over the last couple of years, and what's so crazy, they've all been black.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah, and then the female Libras, the ones I know that aren't black, that when I used to live back home, and they all were like this. They were all like the jeans and the grungy biker boots and they're just tomboyed out, but they're so feminine in that tomboyness. It's like, so I always used to study them and bring them in from afar, just kind of observe them and then take notes, for my astrology books and stuff. But then I got to meet some real fucking divas, the real Libra divas. I'm like, okay, so that's why most of the divas in the music industry are black. Fucking boss bitches.
You gotta be.
Libra. That's a good one. That's good. So we got about halfway through the zodiac. Now, one sign that you've never been with sexually. Okay, it's gonna be hard. But she's been in this constellation, the next constellation. You know, because there's more than 12 zodiac signs. There's way more. It's just the 12 in this.
Shit.
You know where we're at now in this solar system. So yeah, she's been like channeling and astral projecting into the fucking other parts of the galaxy and probably knows all kinds of other fucking zodiac signs that we've never even could think of. So yeah, okay, next question. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I can't. No, I'm pretty sure I've been with every zodiac
every
sign.
single one.
I'm pretty sure because.
Are you doing a run through in your head right now?
I'm trying. Well, I can't remember the numbers, so I mean they all went at one point.
Okay, we'll start from the beginning. You've been with an Aries man.
Yes, for sure.
Taurus.
Yes.
And this is going to male and female.
They usually have big dicks.
Taurus?
Taurus people. They're shy about
You know what?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I've only been with like one Taurus, but I've seen some other Taurus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I have to show you my paperwork that I did on being able to, remember I told you I did the research, there's that research that came up on knowing if a girl has an extra wet pussy.
Oh, yeah.
And then so I had to do the one, I did the one on the guy. I had to all about the 8th house, Jupiter, and Scorpio, and Mars.
That would make sense.
So,
if I was a man, I think I'd have a pretty big penis.
So, yes, you know what? And you would.
I probably
would. And the common goddess, too. Yeah, she'd just be a big old thing. I would have to. I don't think that my self-esteem could take if I wouldn't. Yeah, so it's correlated to, see, I would be pretty, I've got a Jupiter aspect that would help with my dick. So, it wouldn't be no monster dick, like, you know, but it would be pretty good. I'd be definitely a big old, I'd be trying to stick it in everything, too.
You fucking bright. I'd be playing with it all the time. I mean, I play with my boobs all the time. Like, if I had a dick, it would just get toyed with all the time.
Don't even go on fucking Sigmund Freud. Fucking fraud. I hate Sigmund Freud. I really do. He's such like that penis envy. You know, it's not even penis envy. It's like penis curiosity, but not envy.
Yeah.
You know, because they wish they had a little button that you can.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then after Taurus we've got of course Gemini, because Gemini's real whores. Of course they've been all over, and Cancer. You know I've only been with a couple, but
I think I was with one.
And it varies for them, I know, but a lot of times it just depends on like that first house, that first who rules the first house and where's the 8th house aspect.
I don't think I've been with a. No. I think either Aquarius or Pisces is one that I have not slept with. I think it was an Aquarius, because I'm pretty sure I've slept with a Pisces due to he annoyed me. Yeah, not very.
I'm doing little hand gang gestures over here for like dick sizes, just so everyone knows what we're giggling about. Aquarius, They're
just so emotional. They don't do a lot of hookup stuff.
And if they do, they can easily get attached. But a lot of times too, but if you can get one that's aware of the emotions but does like to do the hookup thing, that's a lot better. Because then you can play and then you can go. Yeah. They still try to suck you in though, because they want love. Yeah, and I make it a point. Anytime I have sex with someone, I make them feel loved. Because, you know, I have a huge theory that a lot of, like, our sexual issues are definitely bound by our emotional issues. So if you just treat someone the way you want to be treated during sex, you're going to get that orgasm. Well, I told Kyle's guy, you know, like with the whole, if you've been very promiscuous when you're young, I was like, well, think about all those past lives. Like, think about the time period we're in right now and all that energy that you need back and all that power that you need back. So, of course, you had to whore around in this lifetime because you had to go with all your old partners from your past lives to get all your fucking energy back. Exactly. You know, because you swap energy with them when you're, with sex. So you had to go and recollect, like, okay, we need to fuck now because I know that we had, like, those couple of nights there, a couple of nights there, those couple hours there, and I need all that back. Sorry. It's too much for you. Okay? I need it. So, like, with Aquarius men, like, and this is, I was saying earlier, I love traumatizing people. That's how I molest and mind rape people. I do it to the mind. That's that Aquarius pervertedness. But, when you see in your father stuff, and then when you go to hook up with somebody, and I was born on my dad's birthday, so my dad's an Aquarius. So, like, whatever, so, like, it's this weird awkwardness with Aquarius is, like, it's just, like I said, sitting down here in the 8th house looking up there, to that sextile up there, it's like, I think it's a sextile, I have to look at the chart. A lot of their energy just, oh my god, and my boyfriend is, okay, so yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, oh my god, I'm my dad, because girls Tell them girls do
Okay.
date their dads and boys
Daddy
do date their mother.
issues
Yeah,
all
and
the
mommy
way.
issues. So
Which one do you want? The most unavailable asshole motherfucker
Yeah,
you can
the
find.
most closed out, emotionally
Yes.
robotic, freaking general, tyrant, authoritative, like
Yes.
listen to me or die.
That's what I
Yep,
need
yep.
in my life. Are
Same
you sure?
here.
Yep.
And what level is your asshole on the Richter scale? Because I need one that needs like 4 Richter scales deep.
Yeah, fucking Christ. I need that deep
And that's
daddy
Aquarius
love.
males. That's Aquarius energy. That's Aquarius males. Yeah, Gemini males got that too. Like they can be like that arrogant asshole.
Oh god, yeah.
So it's always been weird for me with Gemini's. Like I know Gemini's, but with Aquarius is like I've been with. It's like that clashing energy. Like when you take a magnet and you put it, you flip one over. It's like
Yeah.
So now I've been able to kind of figure out over, especially the past like 7-8 years, why I've had that whole opposition with Aquarius as being an Aquarius. Because like I used to love my sign. I used to be like, oh, you're an Aquarius, I love you, hippie moment. And then it's like, ew, God, no, somebody come please clear out these fucking dirty ass hippies. They got drugs.
Get the fuck out of my house.
It's like, yeah, it's never what you think. It's never what you expect.
I think the most sign that I've slept with is probably fire signs. I always get a lot of fire signs, and if they're not fire, they're earth.
Water and air for me. And what do you know? My boyfriend is a half Pisces, he's on that cusp. He's like right there where the books are playing around between the 18th and the 19th. And another thing that's really crazy with the whole energy of the Zodiac, he pulls a lot of his dark energy from Virgo, that authoritative fucking like that.
In your face,
and that nitpicky, and he's very fucking nitpicky.
I could never be with a Virgo. Oh my fucking god!
I've been with a lot of Virgos. I mean,
they're
that's why
so
I got
picky.
But not even so much picky, and even if they're not like picky and you're like to you, like eventually it comes out.
They're anal.
About something.
Every time, because I have a lot of friends, and
I have a lot of Virgo friends too.
A lot of Virgo friends, and God, there's always one thing. It's their car, their bedroom, their hair, something. There's just something that they're so nitpicky.
You know what? My 4th house is on the cusp of Virgo and Leo. That's why I'm a clean freak.
Yeah.
And then I've got 3 planets in Virgo. I got a stellium. Yeah. And then on my Eastern, it's all fire. So that explains like why I'm so like, oh my God, get your shit off my fucking floor. I have a fucking OCD all the way.
I need people to be like free flowing and be forgiving because I'm a klutz sometimes. Shit. I just have really bad luck, just out of nowhere. It just hits me. I always end up fucking up something. But yeah, Virgos have always been.
That's a lot of that. That's a lot of Aries energy. Aries are like as graceful and the delicate as they you think. But think about 2 rams fighting.
Hell no.
Have you seen them? They're like bunk heads, and then one falls over and trips over a tree, and then takes out a family of fucking squirrels. Yeah. That's Aries.
Exactly.
They're not
very volatile.
It's not a very graceful fire all the time.
Sorry, like you're gonna bring us into your serene little clean room, and we're just gonna find some way to fuck it up.
No, we were talking on a subject earlier about craziness, like dealing with psycho crazy people. Because now when I always have to toot my horn and brag about, I know the difference between somebody being crazy and someone who's not crazy, and I was like, you're not fucking crazy. I deal with crazy. I attract crazy. Okay, and so I used to always think, see, the mirroring thing again, like all the Aries women that I've had to deal with, because I usually like Aries men. There's only a few Aries men that I can really bond with, like. And I could bond with them like on that like authoritative level, but and I've been with Aries men, but and they're good sexually, but I've always had issues with Aries women, and before meeting you, I was like total like no more fucking Aries. I can't do anymore. They're fucking psycho and they're fucking crazy, and I need to go get some fucking medication and the fucking crazy eyes because of I've had some really fucked up experiences with like Aries women. And
I have too.
And then of course I manifested out there. I would love to meet a fiery fucking Aries woman who is not textbook clinic fucking psychologically fucking crazy. Who's not pulling all that shit from the 12th house. And then I meet you, and then I reconnect with another fire. Well, she's got a Sagittarius moon, so that kind of helps like spread out that fire instead of the fire. And then the ghost hunter that came and checked, that confirmed spirits in the house, she was an Aries, and I was like, okay, that burning through that being able to burn through the bullshit. But and that's why I was saying earlier, some people they they're so tapped in, you know, they get so, and they get so tapped in within themselves, like it drives, they literally do go fucking crazy. And sometimes they can't pull themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those, if you're around a crazy ass Aries, especially a woman, a crazy ass fucking Aries woman who, the eye twitching and the that major fucking paranoia.
Oh yeah, because they can. A lot of us have that because we're fire signs. We just feel. We feel like even if you don't mean to feel a certain way towards us, we can sniff it out. We can feel it, and we'll act on it because we know, and we know you know.
Yeah.
But we're so fucking headstrong that we don't want to admit that there's somebody out there that might not feel a certain way towards us. We want to make sure that these people are actually more susceptible to us than we believe.
See, learning the hard way. So now, like, I had a couple years ago, I posted on my Facebook that I was like, you know, I was having all these issues with my Leo girls. Me and my two ex-best friends, well, I still consider my best friends because, you know, we bonded. I can't say ex because I still love them very deeply. We all have same matching Leo tattoos, and all three of our firstborn daughters are are Leos. Oh my God, see. All of our firstborn daughters are Leos. And I was having going through some shit with them. Like, Leos and Aquarius can go through some shit. So I posted on there, I was like, you know what? I'm abandoning all my Leo female friends for female Sagittariuses. And then guess what? I had all these fucking female Sagittariuses coming to my life, and I'm just like sitting there thinking, the other day I was like, oh my God. And of course I manifested that. I'm like, and then I think about all the Sagittarius women, not counting my mother, because that's my mother. You know, that's a whole different.
Yeah, your mother's your own demon.
Yeah, exactly. And I think about all these Sagittarian women that I know, and I'm just like, you know, it's like, and I was like, oh, poor Gemini, you know, and poor Gemini just gets all the garbage dumped on them because you know, some signs are good at what they do, and sometimes they don't even know that they're doing it. But and then I'm being haunted by Sagittarius is because I just, you know, we're finding out that our solar system's in the arm of Sagittarius. Did you know, not only our planet, but the United States birth chart is Sagittarius. Gemini rising. Fucking shit, both sides, two sides, you know.
Yeah.
So could you imagine, like, that flame that wants to roam, that gossipy ass fucking, and not saying, because Sagittarius aren't gossipy, they're actually really not. They're very more secretive, because they're, you know, with that Nashatra, you know, going with the 8th house and with Scorpio, that fire that spreads, because I always joke that Sagittarius is Aries is that igniting fire, that's that Superman, right? And then Leo is, you know, is the campfire, or Leo is that constant fire that everybody's like around, and you know, and everybody, they're airing everything on. It's just like inflaming it and just loving it and just dancing, right? Then you've got Sagittarius, which is the candle that gets knocked over and burns down the fucking forest. You know, so imagine that with that Gemini rising. That's like so whenever, you know, we look at our masses and our people and everything around us, and they're always like, oh, well, you said you hated him, but then you went ahead and voted for him, or, you know, everybody's like that two-facedness. Yeah. That's our birth chart. That's the birth chart of, you know, where we're at. So drawing in all the Sagittarius now, there are some there's like, I really don't care too much for Sagittarius males unless they're like Buddhist, like, you know, like if they're totally tapped into the whole, like that whole higher level spirituality where they're aware of themselves, then I like those Sagittarius men. But Sagittarius women, it's one that's like matured and grown and done their work, you know. And I can tell. I always think I can tell. I'm trying not to be too arrogant, but like the ones that are that just no, you know, those are a lot easier ones to deal with. But the rest of them are still like babies to me, just running around, just like, you know, like little Gemini children that you want to fucking just kick them because they're annoying the shit out of you.
You guys just need a break.
They didn't mature. They're like Capricorns. They have to mature. Because Capricorns,
oh God, Capricorn,
you know, aging back, you know, yeah, they have to age backwards, so it's like they're that crabby little whatever, and then they grow up, and then they're fun. But Capricorns.
We should go get that other bottle of wine.
Yes, we should. We should take a little break here, and we're about over 45 minutes in here, so yeah, we're gonna take a little break. Go get some. I think it's a Chardonnay, I believe, that's in there, and then we'll come back and we'll just do the second half and ending, because there's still a couple things that we didn't touch on. Yeah. There's a couple of them we didn't talk shit about. We haven't finished talking shit about the rest of them, so we'll be back.
There's a place for everyone.
Okay, so we are back from our break, and we're going to wrap up the end of the segment here on our drinking and talking shit about the zodiac signs. And we were kind of kind of doing a count through our heads there, you know, when we took that break, like what signs we hadn't talked about. Because we did kind of talk about most of them. The one that we really didn't touch base on was Leo, but I guess it is kind of hard to talk shit about Leo when it's, you know, it's their time right now. It's their transit. You know, and then them being, you know, the kings and the queens of everything, the Magna Nakshatra, the royalty. So yeah, I guess we don't want to, you know, be off with our heads. Because we already know what happens when you talk too much shit about certain things. Like, we were really getting into it with that Capricorn too. Yeah, and that Capricorn moon just, yeah. Still gonna strangle it though. I ain't afraid. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, won that round. Oh, that's horrible. And then we didn't talk too much on. Well, we did a little bit on Aquarius, but not really nothing bad. But everybody hates an Aquarius. I already know that. Like when you go on those forums or you go anywhere, people like there's like those like zombie followings that love Aquarius, and then you have the rest of the world that just can't stand them. Just like Geminis, a lot of people hate Geminis. And
yeah,
I get them. I get the whole dualistic in that, you know. Because, you know, the 11th house, that's 1 and 1, that's 2, you know, the lightning bolts, you know, so it's dualistic. So I get Gemini on a very deep soul bond level. Pisces, that's, you know, save the best for last. And it's so hard to, I don't know, it's not hard, it's so easy to talk shit about Pisces because it's because they won't defend themselves. Or if they do defend themselves, they do it in some form of manipulation, so it's like they're really not defending themselves, they're just amplifying it, so either way they lose. You know, but it took me a while to realize the darkness of that is. And you know what, and I guess if you're swimming around in those deep waters like a mermaid, you know, or swimming around like a Pisces, and you get down in the depth of that, like the ocean, how dark and deep it gets, I guess that can really engulf somebody. I guess that's why they are, you know, and they're that chameleon sign, so that kind of explains why they are so dark, because they're all lost in that dark, muddy waters of the ocean, just swimming just so deep and just, you know, daydreaming, not realizing that they're engulfed in all that darkness. So then, you know, and what does the water do? The water just, it recycles out when it rains, and, you know, condensation and all that. So just, you know, a lot of them probably aren't aware of that darkness, because there's a lot of darkness that's attached with that, you know, so.
Yeah, a lot of Pisces play the victim.
And a lot of them do it on purpose, and a lot of them it's just a natural role for them, you know. It's like Marilyn Monroe, they said that she was either a really bad actress or a good actress all the time. That's Pisces.
That is definitely like a Pisces.
But
they're just so good at playing that best friend card.
Yes.
They want to be you. They know everything about you because you're so damn old.
Yes. You know, that paternal twin of Aquarius, that's why everybody always gets them mixed up. People always think Pisces is an Aquarius or Aquarius is a Pisces. Because because the Aquarius is the higher version of, the higher self of Pisces, you know, and the Pisces are the way they are is because it's that 12th house, that's that ending, that's that, yeah, that's why I want everybody to feel sorry for them, because that's that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and then they got to be rebirthed back into Aries, that energy, all that energy, you know, that laziness because they don't do shit, and you know, there's so much deep analogy behind it to where, you know, and you want to feel sorry for them, but it's like, why feel sorry for them? Because, you know, we're all going to go through that process too, but it makes sense though, you know, so it's like that one last time to be bad, that one last time to fucking, you know, just get one over, but they're very good at what they do, and they are very...
I bet Maleficent was a Pisces.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. For sure. She cursed the land because she wasn't invited to a party. Sounds like a Pisces.
Oh.
It's my party and I cry if I want to.
And you know what's really crazy is in Veg, like the Pisces, like that pushes it into Aquarius. That's how come a lot of people think one's the other and get them mixed up because of the two. Because if you look here, those last... Well, that's Pisces all the way right there, the Revati Nakshatra, and I'm gonna fucking tear this up and apart with it, trying to pronounce it because I cannot speak Indian, but the Bharashada Nakshatra and then the Puva Bharashada Nakshatra, that's ours, because ours is the and that's why we hate Pisces so much, because we got Pisces like hardcore in our chart, because you're a Pisces sun in Vedic because they got pushed back. I'm a Pisces, progressed Pisces sun. My Venus is in Pisces, you know, and then on Vedic it goes into Aquarius. So that's why, because it's a mirror, because it is us. It's a mirror image of us, because because, you know, those lunar mansions, they control a quarter of each zodiac sign. Each of the 12 zodiac signs, they get a little piece of it. So that energy comes out, that darkness, because you think about it, this conversation got really dark. See, our dark sides coming out, playing with each other. We need to put those fuckers back inside. So, but that's okay. I'm not afraid of it. So, all the 12 signs and all of the 27 ancient zodiac signs, you know, having that piece of everything, you know, because our charts, you know, we don't, there's a reason why all of our planets aren't in one sign, because that's that full essence and expression and vibration of that sign, of that Cancer and Pisces and Virgo. So it's broken up. So like with our soul and everything, that's why we shed the ego, we shed all of that before going, because, you know, because before we could be rebirthed back in, while we're in the womb, you know, the planets are aligning just correctly, and they're stirring up all that energy, all of that essence and all of that vibration. And then when you come in, you take your first breath, there you are. And then you gotta work your way through the wheel, work your way through the axes, you know, the four angles, the four angels, and the sacrifice, because, you know, like we just read, you know, you sacrifice out on the wheels of life and the reincarnation. I mean, it all made. I mean, if you really,
comes back.
You know, like if I tell people, like, just use your brain. Like this goes like when I talk about when I had that third eye kick in last year when we lived in Vermilion. That's basically what I saw. It's everything, you know. So that's why, like, going back to Pisces is, you know, they are a chameleon of all the signs, and they are the way they are because of that darkness of being deep in there, because they're getting ready to go, because they're preparing for that final stage and that final cycle to be rebirthed back again on that fucking wheel, you know. And so before, you know, reincarnate, you know, we're out there in the energy of the universe, you know, and, you know, you spin that wheel, you know, you sign that contract, whatever you make, and you make your deals, and you know, and you decide on where you're gonna go. Because like on my blog, I started a short story about the soul, you know, these one soul being woken up by her own bright light, and then she woke up all the other souls. So then when she went to go be reincarnated, she didn't understand that she pulled all those other souls in with her when she reincarnated. That's your soul family, your soul group. And so that's a little short story that I'm, you know, working on. So, you know, with all those, you know, planets being in all those different signs and all those different houses, that's why we are the zodiac. We are that wheel of life. We are that darkness and that light that we fight against. And
yeah,
you know,
every aspect that we talk shit about, we're all of you.
yeah.
That's why we do it.
You know, because those are the dark parts in ourselves that we don't want to face. And like, you know, I was telling you the whole transit of Saturn and Pluto, and I mean even a little bit of, you know, Uranus, you know, is like that whole the transit of fear, you know, because okay, Uranus is all about, like, it's like, you know, I love Uranus. It's all about that change, that electricity, that bolt of lightning, that, like, let's do it, like, that craziness, you know, like being over animated, you know. And, you know, he's in Aries getting ready to go, you know, retrograde, and then go, you know, when they go there back, you know, when they're, like, stomping back over a fucking sign, you know, like, basically what Saturn's been doing to fucking poor Sagittarius, you know, just back over it, you know, and then, like, he drags his ass into fucking Scorpio. That was not a fun transit for me, let me tell you. Talk about some, like, having to, like, talk about some death shit, like, holy smokes. You know, I know that when Cancers went through, you know, I know Cancer that went through a lot of death, and then it was my turn, fucking, I had to go deal with a lot of death in the last couple of months, but, you know, and so Uranus, you know, transiting, like, that change, he wants you to change, because the only thing that is constant is change, you know, so he's trying to, you know, let us know. And then we've got Neptune, oh god, fucking Neptune, you know, the drunk, fucking high, just oversexed, you know, in bed pleasure planet. You know, Neptune's a freak, you know, you gotta love the freaks, you know, and he's sitting there in that final sign, that final place before, you know, that rebirthing, and those transits, you know, for a long time for those outer planets. So there he is, you know, sitting at home. He's finally back home. He's finally back in the womb behind the veil, you know. And then we just got, you know, Saturn and Capricorn getting those other big planets getting ready to catch up, you know. So it's definitely telling us, you know, that it's now or never. Like, we need to take control of our lives. It's not about God. It's not about Jesus. It's not about any type of, it's not about spirituality. It's about that deeper awareness of yourself. Because it's like, you have to take control of yourself, because you're always giving your energy, your powers, your all that out. And these planets, you know, we follow the transits because they're there to remind us that because they are us and we are the planets, you know, and they're trying to remind us, like, hey, you went through all of this for a reason. You know, you're dealing with all these people for a reason. You're dealing with your darkness for a reason. You're miserable for a fucking reason. Going back to the rape thing, I cannot believe it. Drinking. I can't believe I just, like, totally talk. You know, I don't even care. So, because I really don't. I have no feelings hurt there. But I mean, it just, and it just bothers me because, you know, like, just, because it's very, it's not ladylike. And it's not with my pinky over there. It's not, and it's not pleasant to, it's not good for
politically correct.
I know, and I'm so unfucking politically correct. For real, don't break, your children should not be listening to this. You probably are behind the fucking couch with your fucking husband's porn magazine on the phone texting his girlfriend. But, so it's, you know, so that's why, you know, so then us that do follow astrology or numerology and everything, like, you know, like the spiritual people, because it's not even, that's just a label. It's not, it goes beyond that. You know, like, they see it, they know it, they feel it, you know, but, like, if you really sit down and, like, really surrender to that solitude, which I've written an article on that, I have it on my blog and also on both my blogs, actually, and it was in my newsletter, you know, you surrender that solitude, because when you surrender that solitude, you surrender to that loneliness, to, like, and, like, really resonate, try to get within yourself, and then also to make sure that you're connecting back out, you know, and just confirming some, you know, confirmations on certain things. You'll see it, you'll get it, and it's not about life, it's not about death, it's not about any of that. It's about being in your own power, taking control of your life, taking control of everything around you, being able to make a decision or not make a decision. Like where I'm at right now, like, I'm just kind of one of those, you know what, I'm just gonna be very mindful of myself and be more aware of myself, and before I can really check anybody else on their shit, I really need to check myself on my own shit. But
amen to that. Amen to that. Make sure your fingers are clean before you point them.
No, shit, yeah, exactly. You know, so for me to, like, get all, like, aggressive and mean and just, you know, just bring out that fucking cunt bitch that, you know, that actually she doesn't even hide, she just hangs out there. She's like, hey, you know,
I exist.
Yeah, hi.
Don't fuck with me.
You know, and that's why I have so many alter egos. That's why I've got the Aquarian essence. That's why I've got the electrical essence and unique ways and Merrick Michaels. You know, those are my alter egos. For alter egos of my multiple personalities. That, you know, and it's all one personality. And they're very aware of each other and they're happy together. You know, so, you know, that's probably why Melanie spends so much time alone, because I can just go in and out of character.
And no one's gonna question it.
Yeah, because I don't give a fuck. That's it. Yeah, we don't give a fuck. Masculine signs don't give a fuck. That's why we can talk so much shit and just talk shit. You know, and I really do try not to hurt anybody's feelings. But if I really am trying to hurt somebody's feelings, not only am I going to hurt their feelings, I'm going to just tear and shred into their soul. So that's why I was just like, you know what? There's no reason to be that heartless. So I'll just talk some shit. Just purge it out that way. Because at the end of the day, I can't call anybody out on their shit until I really check my own shit. And I really do try to live by that. Oh my God. Cracking my voice here. So you need to take another shot.
Take another shot. Just drink. Wine shot. Oh. We're doing wine shots.
Just take a shot. Oh my God. This is fun. This is so fun. You know, being a child of the moon. I love it. And then we got our opal. And you know, opal's for October. That's a 10. You know, 10s are your numbers too.
Yeah.
I know your numerology. And you know mine. So, because it equals down to 1, because we're all 1. You know, but we all act like zeros.
Yeah, well, in the end, you know, 1 equals 0.
Exactly, it does. It breaks down.
You are nothing without being something.
Exactly. Yeah, that ground zero of the energy source.
Yeah,
yes.
That's why don't get cocky. You can go from 0 to 100, 100 to 0 like that. And
see, like with me, sometimes I like it, like, you know. As a kid, I don't give a fuck. But you know, I mean, I do, but I don't. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody that's close. That's when I try to really check myself, because I really don't want to. Because if I hurt my soul family, that comes right back to me. And so many people in my soul family I can't fucking stand. I really can't. You know, I love you, I really do, but yeah, it's just like having that brother or sister or mom or dad where you want to light them on fucking fire, but you don't look good in orange. Or stripes, you know, but this has been good.
My freedom.
Yes, the freedom. Or this, you know, or we like being in the psych ward in the straight jacket, you know, like in this little la la land that we're at right now.
I'm not responsible for my
because we're all dead right now in the Matrix, just having a good time, you know. So
I swear that's really what's going on. We're just locked
Yeah.
up somewhere,
yeah,
staring at the TV,
Yep.
linking brains,
yep,
thinking of how overthrow
med
the government.
time, you know, yeah. So it's it's just too much when you really sit down and think. But you really got to sit down and spend some time alone. You really do. You got to really know yourself, because then once you do, then you can really get to. Well, I've always talked shit though, and I've always been in a not always, because I do get in that robotic, you know, mode in the Matrix. But hey, you cannot take life too seriously, because nobody gets out alive.
Exactly.
So anyway, so that was. It was good. We're gonna have to talk shit again about the zodiac signs, but we're gonna have to like really individually like nitpick it out. No, like really just tear it down. Just tear, you know. I have a chart. I'm doing a chart on somebody who has like it's like 5 or 6 planets all in Aquarius.
Oh my god!
And I can't wait to meet him, because it's like, whoa, that's like a lot. That's a lot of that essence, you know.
Yeah,
and me being Aquarius,
all
like,
in one
yeah,
spot.
but. Or just like, you know, Scorpio stellium, you know, like when you meet somebody that has like a shitload of planets in that sign, they are more true to that sign than anybody else in that sign, because they have more of that essence of that sign in it.
Yeah, they have way more much to bank on.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, the energies of all those gods and that.
Because your planets always mean so much, you know, so to have it all under one sign, that's just a lot.
That's power. That's like God is energy right there, you know, like, that's a lot. Oh my god, I've got the nitpicky fucking purity of thought, fucking cunt bitch. Oh my god, I still and then I'm going back, and then that Leo, yeah, drama queen. I am a drama queen sometimes. Your children are right. I am gonna do a segment on like children and their moon sign, and that's how they think about their mothers. Both my children have fire sign moons. Like Cece thinks I'm a drama queen. I always want to be center of attention. I'm always like trying to put out her flame so I can flame, but yeah, you know, we love each other. That's that Leo moon. That's how you feel about your mom.
Yeah.
You know, so say that, yeah. And then Luxana's is an Aries moon, so she thinks, you know.
Oh god, so she's
bored.
like suffocating. She's dying of suffocation.
No, she thinks I'm a badass bitch. Oh, that's Aries is a badass bitch. That's what that is. No, and then but on the other side of it, when you go Vedic side, she's got a Pisces moon.
Oh god.
So that's what she's like.
That's what she's like. That's attention.
Yes, because she's one fish is dead and the other one's fucking drunk. Yeah, that's why she's like that air water head going on. You know,
I can just tell when she's not paying attention. I can like see it.
We call it the Picola stupor. The
just like her great grandma.
Like, can somebody please turn the fucking TV off or change the channel? That's her. Oh my god.
That damn phone.
You know, so then with Triple C, you know, she's got all that, you know, that Leo moon, Leo sun, Leo Mercury, you know, but when you go on the Vedic side, it's all Cancer, so that's that home, yeah. So that's that,
yeah,
you know,
that's
so
why she's so attached to.
That's why she loves me. And that too, because that's right, because he does, you know, he does little things to her that I did to her when she was a kid that I know that just pisses her the fuck off, and I think it's funny. Because he's like being able to control it. You can't contain. You know, lions are like such. They don't want to be contained. Yeah, you know, you just want to go in the jungle and just fucking spear that bitch and just stay down. That's what I want to do to her all the time. You know, just stay there. I'm gonna turn you into a fucking fur coat. You know, but she loves me, and we love. You know, we've taken all that negative energy and that negative shit that we went through. You know, being mother-daughter relationship, and we're able to make it into something positive that works for us. So that's why that, you know, negative stuff could be so good, and it's not even negative. It's just a label that we put on it because it's dark. Because sometimes that darkness is good, you know. So
yeah, it sure, you know, prepares you for the real world.
Yeah, the real world of going into that 12th house of death. Jesus. You know, sometimes you do gotta just, I don't know. I've been obsessed with the Reaper, so I mean, I don't know. I death follows me around all the time. He's always like whispering in my ear and tapping, you know, because I know he does it to you too. Because I've been around when death has been playing around.
Oh god.
All right, you guys have a good night, and thank you for joining us tonight. Again, this is Electrical Essence with the Fiery Luna. Good night.